Happy Friday, January 29th. Dr. John Asplund here in my office again. I want to talk to you today about information I'm sure you're at least a little bit aware of, the fact that the board on Tuesday night voted to aggressively move us back into a full in-person model for those who wish to avail themselves of that opportunity. And that will start sometime on or after February 22nd, because I'll explain a little bit of the why on that. So First Student, our transportation provider, who's done a wonderful job of working with us, they were kind of hamstrung because they couldn't get drivers for several months because the state shut down the ability to train new drivers. So that's only been opened up in the last few weeks. So they've been working hard to get more drivers. As it stood, last I checked, was we needed 34 drivers and they had 27. So we're trying to get there as fast as we can to make sure we can get kids safely to school. So that full in-person will start sometime on or after February 22nd, and we'll have more information when we are able to give you better information. For those who have been asking, and I know there have been many that have been asking, what's the online component going to look like after we go back full in person? So if you choose to stay online, it will look different. So your child will be expected to follow the schedule of their peers in their class. So if you're in a K4, you would be in the classroom with those other kids, but the camera would be facing the teacher, and your child would be in school all day, basically, online. And then at the other buildings, 5 through 12, you would follow a bell schedule. So you would go into each of your classes when they're scheduled to meet in real time. So you would be on a much stricter schedule, but you would still be able to participate in class. So, for those people who wish to avail themselves of that opportunity, perfectly acceptable to do that. Just understand that's more what it would look like. And then, next week we have a very hard deadline of February 3rd to say who's going to be coming back to school. And we're really trying to hold people to that because we have to get transportation figured out. So we figured out, our poor transportation folks have figured out 5 or 6 different transportation plans this year, and it takes a long time to do that. And so they're really working overtime to try to get that done, and really want to thank Paulette Earp, our transportation coordinator, who's been putting in lots and lots and lots of extra hours to get that done. And so we're really appreciative of that, but it's going to take a little bit of time to get that work done. So we need to know how many people are actually coming back. So one other thing that I want to make sure I talk about today, so if you choose to have your child come back, go in, whatever, our anticipation is that fourth quarter will ask again. So if you aren't necessarily comfortable doing one or the other right now, know that there's a very strong likelihood we'll be asking you again for fourth quarter, because information will change and we'll continue to adapt with that. But as it stands right now, if you choose, hypothetically speaking, if you choose to have your child come into school for full 5-day instruction, and then you get into it and you decide, you know what, it's not working for us, I want to pull my child back out, you can do that at any time. However, if you start in online and then say, you know what, I'd rather go back to in-person, we can't do that, because once again, it's the transportation planning and all of that, and how a number of students in the building cascades into other areas. So we need to know the maximum number of students that are going to be there. So we have to be stricter on that side. So just make sure that you're aware of those limitations as we go forward. I'm sure there'll be a lot of other things I need to update you on as time goes on. We're getting through all the planning and getting things ready to go as soon as humanly possible so that we can start in-person learning. We're very excited for that. And I'm sure I'll have some updates next week because we're learning lots of things as we go. And really appreciate your patience and look forward to seeing you in actual reality maybe someday soon, and we can get students into these beautiful new buildings. So we're really excited about that. So signing off for today, Dr. John Asplund.